take a second to just make a quick tutorial on how to use Google Sites. So basically, I'm using it as my classroom website, and I'm making it super interactive. So once I do publish it, parents will be able to click on it just like a normal website. So I'll show you what I have so far. It takes a while to build it, especially if you're putting in like GIFs and just a lot of buttons and links to websites. But this is what I have so far. These all go somewhere. Email Miss Brooks takes them to my email. This takes them, if I click on it, to a PDF, just introducing them to me as I would on back to school night. But I'm just going to keep it up there for them to always be able to access it, especially because it has my contact information. But as I scroll down, there is going to be a student portal and then a parent portal. Student will be accessed, actually, if I click on it, it'll go to these. So they'll have a daily check-in with Google Forms. If they click there, it'll take them to that. They'll have a My Schedule. They'll have contacts so they can email me if they need to. And then they'll have a quick access to their Google Classroom. I still plan on adding like rules and maybe a read aloud section, other things too. I just haven't gotten there. So from there, I've created buttons where they can go back to the homepage or they can go to the parent portal. So I'm going to click on parent portal, and this is pretty much empty. So I've just literally created this page and it has nothing on there. So you can see they automatically put parent portal up here because that's what I've named it. So I'm going to X out of the preview, and I'm just going to kind of show you how to spruce it up. This background is an image that I made on Google Slides and then just put it onto there. And I'm not going to explain how to do that yet because you can start with the basic background, but I can always do another video on how to do that. So I'm going to delete this. Sometimes Google Sites is kind of wonky for me and takes me a while, but it's free and it's pretty cool. So down here, I want to insert your button over here, insert. I'm going to just do a text box because I want to title it Parent Portal. I plan on putting it in Spanish next door. I just haven't gotten there to translate. And if I change things, then I just want to be able to have basic what I need. So to change the text, you're going to double click it. And I'm going to make this the title. I'm going to center it out on the page. And I want to make sure they're both highlighted because I'm going to bold it. So now I just kind of have that little bar up there. So just as I did the kids, I want to have little boxes where they can click on. And I know for Parent Portal, I plan on having a Google form so they can submit any questions anytime they want. And I also want them to have access to the student schedule. So I already have a Google Slides open, and this is basically how I've created all those little images that turn into icons. So I already have the alligator theme. I can go with the same thing for the parents, or maybe I want to go different. For the sake of this video, I'll just keep it the same, but I probably am going to go different. I don't know yet. So I'm going to show you how I made one of these actually, just so you'll know. So I'm going to start new, and I usually delete these because I just want a blank one. There is a blank choice. I just put copy paste, so it's not. My computer seems to be lagging a little. Delete, delete. Ah. There we go. So I'm going to go up to insert, and I'm just going to find an image from the web. If you do find one on Google, like you go to the Google browser and find a cuter one, I suggest that. There's way cuter ones. So I'm going to type in watercolor background because I know they have cute ones of those. So I'm going to just go with this one. And I'm just going to make it center. I could make it the whole background if you know how to do that, but I'm going to insert a text box, and I'm going to call this one daily schedule. So I want to highlight it all. Control A does that quickly. And I'm going to change my font to Architects. That's one of my favorites. And then I'm going to change my font to 50. Yeah, we'll go with 50. I'm going to center it. And then sometimes your background looks a little funny, especially the alligator one I had, if you don't fill it in. So as long as your text box is highlighted, you're going to go to the fill color. And I'm just going to do a gray, maybe a light gray. I don't know about that, but the purpose of this video is to show you how to put it in there. You can be creative and design it all cutesy if you want. So the goal on this is I have to make sure it's on the slide I want to work with. I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to go to Download. And the key here is to go to, you're going to JPEG it, but you're going to do Current Slide. And then it's going to go down here into my downloads. So I'm going to go back here. And I was doing this a super long way, going to images and uploading from Google Drive, but I found that as long as you have it up here, you can just grab it and then drop it into here, and it goes straight in there. So you have some choices. I kind of want mine bigger, so I'm going to make it bigger. You can also, stop. I already let go, but it's lagging. You can crop it. So if you kind of want the extra space, you can always zoom in. And then you can move it over here. You can even crop off these sides a little more. Let's see. There we go. No, cropped off too much. As you can see, sometimes you get stuck playing with it. Oh, well, we'll leave it like that. And then I can also change my background. So if I'm going to have layers of these, maybe I want all my background white. Maybe I want to alternate. So if you go here, section background, you can change it to gray if you want, or you can even go back to blue, or you can even keep it white. So you're going to do the same thing as you make new ones. Maybe now I'm going to go back here, and I'm just going to right-click it, and I'm going to duplicate slide. And I already have it made. It's the same format. It's going to look better the more samey I can do it. Daily schedule delete, and we'll call this one Google form for parents. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to go to File, and I got to move my little bubble down here. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Download. I'm going to JPEG it. It's going to go to the bottom to my downloads, so I can go back to Sites. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to drag it right here. Maybe you want it to go under, and you can do that as well. Once you scroll up a little, I can move it down here if I want. So maybe I want them all centered, or maybe I want to have some text to the side. You can do that as well. But once you have all your little cutesy buttons that you have, you are going to link them somewhere else. So you have some choices when you link them. When you click on here, you're going to see an insert link. So you can either link it to home. I don't want them to go to home because that would not take them to the Google form for parents. But you can go onto your Google Drive, make your Google form, and they will have access once you put the link there. You'll have to go to your shared link. If I wanted to make one to Starfall, I could put starfall.com. You have to click apply, otherwise it won't work. I skipped that a few times and then it wasn't working. So when you go to preview, because you will want to preview everything, make sure your links are working. You're going to click on Google Form. This is going to take me to Starfall because that's what I put in there, but normally it would take me to the Google Form that I chose for it to go to. Another thing is on your page, you want to make sure that they have always access to go back to the home page or back to the student page. So I'm going to exit out of the previewing. And I just learned this today, actually. So you down here, it says buttons. And I'm going to name my button home page. And then I don't need to put in like any URL. I just click home, insert. And I'm going to have to scroll down for this one because it goes down there. But I can move it wherever I want. So maybe I want it at the very top of my page. Maybe I want it at the bottom. But I'm just going to wait till it's highlighted. Oops, I didn't grab it. There we go. and I'm going to bring it to the very top. So that's going to be my button bar, and I can do the same thing. I can even control paste it. It goes down there, and I don't need another home page. Go, let your button go. There we go. So I'm going to double click it, and this one is going to say student portal. And I'm not going to link it to home. I'm going to link it. Oh, I might have to delete that. Student portal update. So now parents have the opportunity to always go back, just quick way if they need to exit where they're at or they clicked on the wrong thing. But you can add a lot more things to this, but that's just how you kind of do that. You can link it to websites. You can link it to things in your Google Drive. You can link it to videos on YouTube. Maybe you did read alouds through there. But there's lots of possibilities that you can do. You don't even have to create your own links. You can just find images on Google. So if you type in starfall image, you can copy that straight into there like I've done down here. And these all take you to a website. So Story Online is one of my favorites. The parents just click on there and it takes them to Story Online. But that is how you link an image on your Google site if you're making a website.